back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing my favorite merchandising resources. Before we get into that, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has come to my last two webinars. I literally just finished my webinar earlier today, the April 28th one. I finished it a couple hours ago, so thank you if you came. Thank you for coming to the April 15th one if you came. I'm hoping to do more in the future, so if I have any others that are coming up, I will definitely let you know in a video on here. Also, we have a little visitor that wants to say hi, so just a sec. Look at Archer! Hi, baby boy. This little guy is 13 weeks old. Can you believe it? He's getting so big, and his paws are big. He's definitely growing into them. Favorite merchandising resources. I was inspired to make this video because of a couple questions I got during the webinar. Merchandising books. I have videos saying what are my favorite merchandising and marketing books if you're interested in that. And I also have a page on my blog about what my favorites are. Great, absolutely love it. Textbook merchandising, such a great book. You can see examples of merchandising all over the world. Wonderful, wonderful book. I swear by this one. This one is such an amazing merchandising book. It is basically like the encyclopedia for merchandising. It breaks it down to a psychology, tells you why we merchandise things a certain way, how store layout could be killing business, things like that. Great book. These two books are like my top two. You need to read them if you're interested in merchandising. These two are just really great reads in general. This one's much more of like an essay read, so it took me a little bit longer to read even though it's super tiny, but The Psychology of Fashion, really interesting, why we buy clothes, like how fashion affects our psychology. Really, really interesting read. Did take a little while to get through just because of how it's written, but it's a good book. This one's more marketing, but this was such a great read. I blew through this book. It was so good. The End of Fashion. And the only bad thing I have to say about it is it was written in the 90s, so it's a little outdated, but it's really interesting to see the shift of marketing practices from things that we've noticed, and like we even talk about in the Fashion Business Essentials course that I'm currently taking, is how a lot of people don't rely on celebrities anymore for fashion. We're looking more towards influencers. So that kind of shift is huge within itself because, you know, when we were younger, it was like, oh, what are the movie stars wearing? And nowadays, we don't really care about that too much. It's more like influencers that we can relate to, that we follow, that we have a connection to on a personal level. But anyway, this is a really good book. I will link those four in the description box below if you guys are interested in reading them. They're all really great books and they all offer something different, which is why I love them. Next up are my two merchandising guides. I talk about them all the time in hopes that you guys will check them out. So I have two merchandising guides. My first merchandising guide is basically about my journey into merchandising. So I share my story, how I got to where I was, and then some basics of merchandising. And then the second merchandising guide that I created is all about, okay, you're a merchandiser, here's what to expect. So we talk about like steaming, pinning, floor sets, product launches, everything like that. Those are my two guides. It would mean the world to me if you check them out because it also supports my blog and my platform's huge if you do. So that is another favorite resource of mine, a little biased, but you know. Another great resource is just networking. I know a lot of people ask me, how do you network? It's kind of hard, but I mean, we network all the time. I always get comments or a lot of DMs from you guys on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to right here. But maybe we can create some kind of like forum or like a group where we can talk to each other. I would really like to do that to make networking easy because I know it can be a little bit hard. That's why I started to focus my channel on merchandising more because you realize that there's not a whole lot out there and a lot of people want answers to things. So maybe that's something we could do together because that would be really cool. Other great resources too, my YouTube channel. All the videos that I create are meant to educate and just kind of let you guys know like sharing what I know and sharing examples. I think it's really cool too to walk around different malls or stores and check out merchandising and see how people do things the way that they do. Even watch interviews, find movies. I really like fashion challenge shows. Last year during quarantine, I binge watched Next in Fashion and I thought it was so cool because I really like seeing fashion production and fashion design, even though that's not my focus. I really enjoy watching it. Maybe I should like create like a forum on my blog so that way if you guys have questions, we can go over them together and I don't know, just connect the merchandisers all around the world and just say hi. It'd be really cool too if you guys actually are merchandisers. Send me a picture of some of the things that you've created. I would love to see the displays and share them as well. I've gotten a couple for some people who've had interviews and they're like, hey, does this look good or whatever. And I think it's really awesome. So check out those books. check out my guides. Don't forget to watch my other YouTube videos. I have a bunch of videos about merchandising if you guys haven't seen them already. I've answered a lot of questions in those, so if you guys think of anything new, definitely let me know so I can get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.